This is gonna be the story of how I went from no purpose in life, unfulfilling job, and typical party kid to over $30,000 a month with TikTok Shop affiliate. And if you guys look, this was my life, right? It was sitting here working at a fucking carnival, and I'm gonna get into my story and everything, but it was working at a carnival job, doing things I shouldn't have been doing on the weekends, you guys know. And then now, right, I'm living the lifestyle that a lot of people would like to live, right? Like I'm taking trips with my friends. I bought a C8 Corvette at 17 before I even graduated high school. And I wanna get into what I'm actually gonna cover in this video to show you guys that it's actually possible, right? So what I'm gonna go over is my personal story, who this is for, who this isn't for, you know, client results and case studies, just to show you guys like this isn't just possible for me. Like I'm not just some anomaly, like special dude. You guys can probably tell by my content if you've seen any of it before. It's like this is possible for you guys as well, and that's like the main goal of this video. And also just why you might have failed in the past if you've already tried, and why TikTok Shop affiliate is different from anything you've ever tried, and what results are actually possible for you to achieve, like buying your dream car, helping your parents, moving out, etc. Right? And what the next steps would actually look like if you see yourself having success with this business model. And so here's just a quick little run through of everything we're going to go over. See tons of pictures, tons of real life examples of everything that has actually worked. So now I want to get into like what actually is TikTok Shop affiliate. What is this mystery business model that made me a lot of money that you guys have been waiting for me to explain? It's where you get products sent to you for free. You make videos with them, attach your commission link through TikTok, and then you post a video. That's it. That's how I was able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars at the age of 18. That's literally it, right? The goal is to go viral so people see your product and inform them about the product so they actually buy, right? When someone buys a product from your video on TikTok, you get a commission. That's simple. They use your commission link, which TikTok has it all built into the platform, and you get sent a commission, right? So the brand then ships the product to the customer, so you don't have to do anything. You just post content. Right? So all you have to do is you have to get 5,000 followers to get into the TikTok Shop affiliate program, and then you make videos promoting other brands' products, and whenever you go viral and somebody buys from your commission link, boom, you get paid a commission. You don't have to deal with customer support. You don't have to share out the products. You don't have to do jack shit. The brand takes care of that, and you just get paid your nice little handy dandy 10 all the way up to 40% commission. And so that is the basis of TikTok Shop, right? And here's why TikTok Shop is actually better than any past gold rush before, right? Amazon FBA in 2012, you needed thousands of dollars to start Amazon FBA, right? Amazon FBA was going freaking huge back in the day, bro. But you needed so much money to start, which a lot of you guys might not have, right? This is why you guys want to make money. Bitcoin in 2016, it was never actually predictable. Believe it or not, majority of people actually still lost money during the Bitcoin rush, where everybody was making, you see a bunch of people made a ton of money, crypto millionaires. Most people lost money because it was so unpredictable, right? Drop shipping in 2017, you have to fill orders, you have to deal with customer support, you have to pay for ads, you have to actually like risk money, and you have to talk to suppliers all day that don't even speak your language. Who wants to do that, right? And so I mean, look, right? TikTok Shop has generated an estimated $30 billion in gross merchandise value globally in 2025. So $30 billion is how much products people have bought off of TikTok Shop in the last, so far, halfway through 2025. And so think about that. If you just get the smallest little piece of that pie, we're rich as creators, right? And so TikTok Shop, it's only 2 years old. It's only 2 years old. Dropshipping's been around for like 8 years, and people are still making a shit ton of money. And everybody said, oh, it's dead, it's oversaturated, and people are still making a shit ton of money. Right now, TikTok Shop is in its absolute golden age, right? It's the fastest growing e-commerce platform. It's growing faster than Amazon. It has all the biggest brands in the world just now getting their products on there. It's already, like I said, it's already competing with Amazon in sales, but doesn't have nearly as many creators as Amazon. And this is where we come in as creators. This is our opportunity to make a shit ton of money. And for buyers, people that are like doom scrolling on TikTok, it only takes like 5 clicks for the billions of people scrolling. There's billions of people scrolling on TikTok. It takes like 5 clicks for them to actually make a purchase, and you get a commission. 5 clicks. That's all. Boom, 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 boom. You got paid a commission, right? That's how quick people can actually buy, and that's why it's so good. Right, so everyone you know has probably bought something off of TikTok Shop. Like every single person that you know has probably bought something, and that's why it's so powerful. And now getting into my actual personal story. So at 16, I quit my dreams of playing Division I baseball. I left my childhood sport behind to pursue my dreams, right? Everyone thought that I was a failure and doubted that I'd actually be able to make it work. And this is true. I'm not just saying this shit for the camera. Like nobody actually believed in me. I was really good at baseball. I could have went to college for free. I could have got, you know, a job in the career that I supposedly wanted, but I knew that that's not what I actually wanted. I was pursuing a sport just to simply just say I went Division I played Division I baseball just to feel like I was cool. And I knew that at the end of the day, taking this route, I was just going to end up working a job at the end of the day that I did not want to work. And so that's why I decided to completely quit baseball, right? And so this is one of the lowest points of my life. At this point, I got started in an online business. I like resold when I was like 14 years old, right? I saved up like 2K. And so at 16, when I was playing baseball, I wanted to play Division I baseball. I just completely quit at 16. I had like 2K in the bank, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try dropshipping. I saw that shit everywhere. Everybody was talking about dropshipping, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot, and I'm going to go for it. And I lost all my money. right? And so one of the lowest points of my life right here, right? My family had lost hope in me as a person and like as a man. They didn't believe in me. My dad, I still don't have that good of a relationship with him, just simply because of the decision that I made to quit baseball and, you know, give up all the things that I had spent my entire life actually working towards, right? My friends barely heard from me because I was in such a dark and unfulfilling situation at the time. Like I just completely stopped talking to my friends. I did the whole like go ghost thing, and I was working at a carnival to save up some extra money so I could actually start my first business, right? And so I knew I didn't want to just be another person who went to college and worked his life away asking another man if I can take a piss or take my children on a vacation. That's just not what I wanted for my life. And I'm guessing if you're watching this video, it's probably not what you want for yours. But if you think about what you've been doing recently, you've probably been going down the path of just settling for that. And so I want to show you guys like how possible it actually is to break out of this. So as you guys can see by these pictures, it's like literally working at a carnival, bro, all day. And so I started my first business. This is when I was 16. I had about $2,000 saved up, and I started dropshipping. I failed for months, and I eventually ran out of money doing this. I got like a couple sales. This is my first ever sale, first ever online money I ever made. But the thing is, I was running ads, and I was actually unprofitable. I spent like $50 and I made 30, right? So I lost $20 that day. And so I started online business and I started dropshipping back in November of 2023 when I was 16 years old. I lost all my money. That $2,000 I had saved up, it was completely gone. And so I was like, okay, like now, like I just lost $2,000, and I was actually $2,000 in debt as well, because when I quit baseball, I quit in the middle of the season. Everybody thought I was crazy. My coach called me a cop out. My dad said, you know, I wish my son was anything other than a quitter. This is going to be the biggest mistake of your life. All that shit, right? And I'll get into more of that here in a second, because that was like really the catalyst that actually blew me up to like want to make this online business shit work. And that's what pushed me to 30K a month. And so I also had to pay my dad back for quitting baseball because I quit in the middle of the season. So I lost $2,000 from dropshipping, and I was $2,000 in debt. And so at 16 years old, right, and I was still trying to make it all work, right? And so I tried TikTok Creator Rewards Program, and I got smoked. I didn't make any money again. I made $5,000 in 2 weeks. I thought it was my big break, and then boom, I got banned. No money for me, right? So this is just like a little screenshot showing some of the money. This was in like 2 days. I made 1.5K. So in 2 weeks, I ended up making a total of $5 grand, and I was like, oh my God, like this is my big break. This is what's gonna get me to my goal of having $75,000 in my bank account by the time I graduate. Like, oh my God, like I'm gonna run it up. And because I made 5K in 2 weeks, that's like 10K a month. And then I got banned, and I never saw that money. This 5K never saw my bank account, and I just got completely fucked, to be quite honest. And so this is like the absolute lowest point of my life, right? I didn't even believe that making money online was possible. I thought everybody on my For You page I was seeing on my Instagram reels flexing Lamborghinis and Rolexes and shit, I thought it was all just fake. I was like, bro, this is bullshit. Like I did my best. I've been doing this for like 5 months now, like grinding every single day, hours every single day for 5 months. I didn't see it, right? I thought that my dad was right. Quitting baseball really was the biggest mistake of my life. I stopped talking to friends completely. I had no one to talk to. I was hiding my business from people in school and working like 6+ hours a day every single day. Like while in school, after school, I was working so much, and I was like hiding my business because I didn't want anyone to make fun of me, because like I wasn't successful and I felt insecure about it, right? And it was just kind of like demoralizing, right? So I doubted whether I'd ever be able to actually take care of my parents like I always wanted, right? Like my goal is like I want to be able to take care of my mom. I don't want her to ever have to worry about money. I want to be able to take her on trips, and now I'm able to do that, but we'll talk about that in a second, the trip I just booked for her. But at this point, right, you guys can see like I'm literally wearing Christmas PJs at 2:19 a.m. grinding, and I said, this shit better work out, bro, I swear to God. Like I was genuinely like praying that this would work out, bro, because I just didn't know if it ever would. This is the absolute lowest point of my life, and this is before I ever even started TikTok Shop Affiliate, and that's what we're about to get into next. Then came success, the turning point. And so on April 20th, this is when I got my first ever TikTok Shop Affiliate sale. I made $3.60 in commission, but that was my first ever profitable dollar. That was the first dollar I ever actually officially made online. It was $3.60. And I started to see success. As you guys can see right here, right, my first viral video, first $100 day. I was like, bro, first $100, let's fucking go. I've literally been journaling this shit for the last 2 weeks. Fucking insane. $300. And this is actually on my birthday. That was the first day I ever actually made like real money. This is now May 27th. So I started TikTok Shop Affiliate like April 16th, I believe. Got my first sale a couple days later. And then a month later, like literally 30 days later, I made $300 in a single day, right? And then 3 days after this is May 27th, and then if you guys look, this is May 30th, I made $3,000 in commission to my bank account. Keep in mind, I have like $30 in my bank account right now. And to start TikTok Shop Affiliate, you need an account with 5,000 followers, which I'll get into how you can do that in a second. But I cash app this random dude with using my brother's credit card to be able to buy this account. So I was actually in more debt. I was in $2,000 in debt from baseball and $400 in debt for buying this account. My brother literally lended me money on his credit card. So I had no money. This 3K like multiplied the living shit out of my bank account. I had like $30 in my bank account. It was like $2,400 in debt. And in one day, I made $3,000. Like my first full month doing TikTok Shop Affiliate, I had a 3K day. And then boom, right? And so now this is May of, as you guys can see, May of 2024. So I had just turned 17 at the time, right? Not now, but like at this point, I'm in high school making $10,000 a month, right? 9.7K, May 27th to June 25th. Yeah, $7,000 in 7 days, right? I'm hitting like consistent 1K days. I'm making so much fucking money. I don't even know what is going on. And this is now 7 months into online business. But my second month only starting TikTok Shop Affiliate. That's when I knew I was like, okay, this TikTok Shop Affiliate shit is where it's at. Like this is where I'm making, like this is what's gonna be the thing that like like brings me out and like it lets me do all the things that I want to do, and it ended up being true. And I'm gonna get into that, right? So now I'm making $10,000 a month. June 2024, 10K. July 2024, 10K, right? I was making money. Now I like 10, 20K in my bank. I was feeling all good and shit. I was in high school, like my teachers and shit. Like I was making more money than my teachers make. I was making more money than almost everybody I knew in my life. And so I was making 10K a month, and then boom, right? My account got banned. So, and I went back to zero in August of 2024. This is also a really, really low point in my life. So it just goes to show that like once you start making a little bit of money, that doesn't mean that it's over. It doesn't mean that you're just gonna sail off into the sunset and make 10 to 20K a month for the rest of your life. Because I got clapped. And so I struggled for 2 months to make money again, and I knew something had to change because I wasn't getting the results I wanted anymore. I had like 10, 15K in the bank maybe, and I didn't know what I was doing. And so what did I do? In October 2024, I got a mentor. This was single-handedly the best decision I ever made in my entire life, was getting somebody that could actually teach me something that he's already done, he's already had success with. I was like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. Why don't I just pay a little bit of money for somebody to teach me the skills I need to make a shit ton more? It clicked in my head. It made so much sense to me. And so like this completely changed the game for me, right? This is what made me aware of what I was doing wrong with my content and how I could actually improve it, right? And I'm gonna dive into TikTok Shop and the whole strategy behind that here in a second, but I wanna go over my story to show you guys that it's actually possible to go from zero, struggling, doubting whether you'd actually be able to succeed, to success, right? So I just took action, and that's the biggest advice I can give to anyone always, is just take action, right? So I thought this whole time that I could do it myself. My ego got in the way, right? I was like, dude, like I'm the man, I'm gonna do it myself. I don't need anyone's help. It was just my ego. I realized that this whole time it was my ego that got in the way of my success for so long, thinking I didn't need any help. But the truth is, if I knew how to succeed with TikTok Shop affiliate myself, I would have already had it. I would have already had hundreds of thousands of dollars. If I knew how to succeed, if you knew how to succeed, you'd already have that money. You're missing skills, you're missing knowledge. And the best way that I found to get that, or to get those skills and knowledge that I needed to make more, was simply just get a mentor. So August and September of 2024, I was making $0. I was like ground zero, and then I got a mentor, right? So I spent an unreal amount of money on this mentor, more money I'd ever spent in my life, more money I even knew what to do with. My mom, after I told her I just did it, I didn't even tell my mom, I just did it. My mom was like, holy shit. And it was money I barely even had, right? I like damn near borrowed it because it was so much, right? Because that money that I had, like I had made like, I think like 15 grand at this point, but it had never actually hit my bank account yet. So I didn't have 10 to 15K in my bank account. I had 10 to 15K on the way to my bank account. But like I didn't know because my account got banned. So I didn't like 100% have that money. I didn't know if it was actually gonna get paid out to me. I didn't know what was happening. But I just went all in anyways. So the only reason I did it was because I knew I couldn't go another day living the life I was living. Like just being real, like I hated my life. Like I didn't enjoy where I was at. I had no friends. I wasn't talking to no girls. My parents didn't believe in what I was doing. Like I was just waking up every single day grinding at this business, having no results. That shit was like demoralizing, bro. Like it felt terrible. And I didn't want to be in the same position forever. So I knew that if I kept delaying the action that I knew I needed to take, I'd be a loser, right? A lot of you guys know you need the skills, you know you need the knowledge, but you just delayed the action. Oh yeah, I'll do it then, I'll do it then, I'll do it then. And the thing about that is that shit never ends. It's a never ending cycle. And so I finally caught on to that. And when I really thought about it, I couldn't think of any better way to spend money. Like, what was I gonna spend? The little money I had, was I gonna spend it getting 4 for 4 meals from fucking Wendy's, right? No, because that wasn't gonna help me, right? Or was I gonna use that money to save up for some normal ass car that I knew I didn't even truly want? Was I just gonna save the money I had so I could buy a fucking Honda Accord? No, because that's not even what I actually wanted. So it clicked for me again. My ego was getting in the way. I knew I needed help or I'd already be there. And what else was I gonna spend this little money that I had on? A car that I didn't even fucking want? No. I want to go big or go home. Like I wanted to make this shit happen. And so despite the hard time, I knew in this moment, like money on the line, there would never be a better time for me to go all in, right? I knew this is the best way for me to spend my money, even though I was going through the hardest time of my life, right? It's the hardest time of my life. I knew I just had to make it happen. So that's why I did it, right? I then didn't see spending the money as a risk, but I saw it as an investment that could quite literally 10x, if not 100x for me. And you guys are probably guessing, it did end up 100xing. I actually like 10x my money in the first month. So this is when shit really picked up. So I made my money back in like 10x. The same month I got this mentor, I blew up a shop, right? So if you look at these pictures, October is when I got that mentor, right? August and September, I was struggling and making no money. And then boom, October, I got the mentor, $9,300. This ended up being a 10K month in October. And then yeah, an extra $4,000. So October actually ended up being an $18,000 month because I had 9K here, I had 4K here, and then I got a $5,000 bonus from a brand. So I made $18,000 in the single month. My first month getting a mentor, I made 18 grand, right? And keep in mind, I'm 17 years old in high school. I didn't even know what the hell to do with this money, right? So I ended up making 18K in October, and then boom, 20K in November. I think it was like 15 to 20K in December. In January, I made 20K. And if you look at some of these screenshots, it's like last 7 days, $4,000. This is November right here, $14,000, right? So this right here is 20K in November, right? And then in January, I made another 20K. And now at this point, I'm like, holy shit. Now I have money, like shit really picked up. I'm in high school with like 50 grand in my bank account. I didn't even know what to do with that. I was just like, holy shit, right? All while in high school, teachers and friends coming up to me in the hallways, asking me how I was making so much money. Teachers and friends also making fun of me and my content though still at the same time. And at this point, I knew I was never going back to that stupid ass summer job. That carnival job that I was working, I knew I was never going back to that stupid shit. This is when I knew. I was like, bro, fuck that. I'm never doing that shit again. I bought my dream car, a Sea Corvette. Me and my mom, we cried in the front seat on the day that I bought it. And that was the best day of my life, was crying in the front seat of my Secret Corvette with my mom. I was tearing up. Like, this is the best day of my life, hands down. Because my mom, she had always kind of believed in me, but she didn't really know if it was possible. She didn't know if I was going to be able to make it work. But she believed in me, though, and she knew the type of person I was. She knew that I was the person that makes shit happen. And I felt such a strong relief that I was actually able to prove her right and prove to her that, like, I really can do this shit. And I almost like did do this shit. You know what I mean? And so my parents, they were finally proud of me and saw that I was actually doing something with my life. And I wasn't just some fuck off who quit baseball and just sat in this room all day. Because this whole time when I was grinding, my parents had no clue what I was doing. Everyone thought I was a loser. They're like, bro, this dude's just like playing video games in his room all day. When in reality, I was grinding on my businesses, like on some Batman shit, like literally. And like this was, I can't even just put into words like how good of a time this was. And this is where I started to make real fucking money. And this is where the lifestyle shit starts. This is like the start of the shit that you guys see now. This is the it's possible phase, right? So stacking money, 100K in the bank. And I don't say this to show you guys to brag. It's just like a lot of you guys are in debt or you guys want to stack up some cash. Like 100K in the bank in high school, like I was feeling pretty damn good. I was like, holy shit, you know, like I don't have to work for years if I don't want to. I bought my dream car, Secret Corvette. I started speaking at events around the country. This is an event I spoke at in LA, just dropping TikTok Shop affiliate sauce. I started traveling the world with my friends. Here, we're in Mexico. And then I went to LA, here are my boys. And I actually work with these two these two motherfuckers now. Those are my boys. This is where I met like my boys and I'm gonna be boys with for years. All right, this is where I met them. I met them in LA, taking a trip when I was speaking at the Smash One event. This is me in Mexico again. This is me now taking a trip to Miami. Right? I moved into my dream penthouse at 18 years old. Now I'm 18 years old, right? And so that's where I'm currently at, 18 years old. So I moved into my dream penthouse. That's where I live now, what you guys are seeing. I took my mom on a $15,000 vacation. And as you can see right here, right? She said, love you. And she got her passport and I was like, oh, hell yeah, like, let's go. Right? I booked my mom a $15,000 vacation because at this point, after January where I hit like 20K a month, where I told you guys, it was like 20K, 25K, 20K, 25K, 20K. I was making a shit ton of money. Now I'm doing $30,000 to $40,000 a month. Right? And so it really just goes to show, like, I booked my mom a $10,000 to $15,000 vacation. This shit meant the most to me. Out of my car, out of my penthouse, out of all the traveling I do, being able to do this for my mom, who's never traveled really, who's like she's only ever lived within the same like 10-mile radius. Like she's never been able to really see the world. And so this is what means the world to me, is being able to do this for my mom. And so I have an opportunity for you. The truth is, you don't need to just start TikTok Shop, because if that was the case, everyone would be rich, right? You need an actual process and a system to follow to guarantee the time you put in with TikTok Shop will actually pay off, right? So what if I give you the exact 4-step process that I followed to make $30,000 per month and never have to work a job again, never let my life be controlled by finances, buy my dream car, and move out of my parents' house into a penthouse, all at just 18 years old? This is the opportunity. And so what I'm gonna actually get into and break down is the 4-step process that I followed to actually succeed with TikTok Shop and show you guys that it didn't just work for me, right? So I want you guys to meet my student Owen right here, right? He went from $60 per day with TikTok Shop to over $1,000 per day and finished at $18,000 profit sent to his bank account in the month of June. Right? He dropped out of college and quit his job at Target at just 19 years old. And so here's some of his results. He was making $60 a day, and then boom, 13K right here. And then he got a $5,000 bonus from a brand. So $18,000 in the month of June. And now he's consistently doing $20,000 profit a month. And this right here is us in LA at that mastermind where I actually met him in person for the first time. And now he works with me and shit. So it's super, super cool. Or now he like works with me like on my team. He used to be my student and I got him to $20,000 a month, and now he works with me on my team. And now I want you guys to meet my boy Christian, right? So he makes $8,000 a month consistently now. And he was able to achieve that within 30 days of actually using this 4-step process, right? He's 18 years old and now traveling the world, right? So here's 6K right here and then 2.5K right here. And so he went from around 2.5K all the way up to $6,000 profit in a month. And this is me and him on a one-on-one call, getting this mindset right and walking him through and holding his hand through the 4-step process. And then this is actually him traveling. He's in like Bali right now, just like living it up, shooting the shit, doing his thing. And now I want you guys to meet my student Nathan. He went from being 19 years old, living paycheck to paycheck at Walmart, and his highest day was $12 before joining my mentorship and actually applying this 4-step process. And now he made $15,000 in 30 days. 1.7K day, 2K day. And if you guys look right here, $15,000 profit within 30 days. And this is me and him on a one-on-one call, me looking stupid, but me dropping some sauce on him that actually allowed him to get to that $15,000 a month. And his is like one of my favorite journeys. And then meet my student Jay, right? You guys probably get the picture right now. 21 years old, sees a future for himself doing anything but working a normal job. And he joined the mentorship and hit multiple 1K days and made $13,000 within his first 30 days of actually joining the program. Within 30 days, he started working with me and applying this 4-step process. He made $13,000. So this is me and him on a one-on-one call. And then as you guys can see here, some of his results, this is just one of the 1K days that he hit September 20th. So like very recent results that people are crushing with this, right? And so more wins of just people doing $300 days and 10K plus months from people following this exact same 4-step process that I'm about to get to right now, right? So 9.3K, 7K, 1K day, 1.18K day, 9.3K day, or 9.3K month, sorry, 9.3K month. And so here's just some more results from people. And so now getting into who this isn't for, right? If you're watching this video so far, like who is this not for? Because it's not for everybody, right? Anyone who isn't ready to genuinely change their life, and even more importantly, their family's life. Anyone who wants to get rich quick in 2 weeks after putting in zero work. Anyone who is fine with where they're at in life and totally okay with being average till the end of fucking time. And anyone who sees the life and income they have now being their reality for the rest of their life. If you're okay with your situation, please click off, because it's not gonna be for you, right? But who is this video for? Anyone who clocks into an unfulfilling job every single day and knows it's not what their life is actually meant for. It's not what they want to do for the rest of their life. Anyone who knows that they are meant for more than the traditional college life. Anyone who wants to get rich but is confused by these other crazy complicated business models. And anyone who is looking for the fastest path to make $10,000 to $30,000 per month from their bedroom, posting easy little videos, but are tired of annoying ass gurus online that seem ingenuine and that just ingenuine as hell and seem like the gurus that are just lying to them. And so the problem you're facing right now is probably like, you see the future version of yourself making $10,000 to $30,000 per month, and you just have no idea how to get there, right? You don't know where to even start, and if you are starting, and if you have already started, you don't know how to actually succeed. You don't know how to get to $10,000 to $30,000 per month, and you feel like you're not smart enough to actually accomplish all of these things you see other people online accomplishing. And so now what I want to do is get into like why TikTok is actually different from all these other business models, right? You only need to post content. You don't need an insane amount of money to start, and if you have the right process, you can be successful even if you have 5 brain cells. Kind of similar to me. So, right now I'm gonna actually get into the 4-step process that you need to actually be successful with it, right? So step number 1 is foundation, right? This is where you need to get an account to 5,000 followers. Whether you grow an account or buy one, it's pretty damn simple. You need to pick winning products, and you want to be choosing products that actually have the capacity to get you to $10,000 to $20,000 per month. Whether it's supplement products, electronics, clothing, self-care, like whatever products you're into, you can promote on TikTok Shop. You need to decide your content style, whether you're going to do like talking head videos, faceless, like voiceovers. Then you need to learn the actual structure to a viral video to actually go viral, right? So hook, pain points, desired outcome, and call to action. If that doesn't make sense right now, getting into TikTok Shop, it will all start to make so much sense, and you'll start to see how you can actually get to those big months. And now step 2 is consistent virality, right? So this is when you learn what the fuck you're posting, right? Because most beginners, they just post aimlessly. But in your videos, you want to actually hook people into watch, sell them on the product by relating to their pain points and talking about the desired outcome. And then you actually want to tell them to click your commission link to actually buy, so you get commission. And then you guys want to learn the cash flow compounding method, which, like my signature method to how I was actually able to make so much money and make multiple 6 figures online with TikTok Shop affiliate, is the strategy of once you go viral and you get your first sales, learn how to make minor tweaks to that video so you can just recreate it and then go viral again and make a shit ton more money. As you guys can see, here's me, right? 6 million views, 2.6 million views, 2.7, 3 million views, 3 million views. There's probably like, you guys are probably looking at like 30 million views, which is equivalent to like $30,000 to $60,000. So the goal here is make sure you stack viral videos so you're actually making money consistently, right? And then step number 3 is going to be conversions. This is where you get every video to convert $1,000 to $5,000 per million views. And then structure, right? You actually want to learn how to structure the video so when you do go viral and you do get a lot of views, like you actually make money from it, right? And so the goal here is to make sure your videos are converting like this, right? This is what separates like average ass affiliates that barely make any money to people that make a shit ton of money, is being able to get this is one of my videos, for example, right? Being able to get 2.6 million views and then it making you $7,000. This is estimated rewards. That's commission right there sent to my bank account. 2.6 million views, $7,000. And this is the strategy. This is the 4-step process that I hold people's hand through, right? And the step number 4 is going to be scaling, right? So once you hit your first 10K month, this is where you actually need to like micro analyze each video so you can make your videos as good as possible and build relationships with the right brands and build good relationships with them so you can get increased commissions, you can get brand deals, which is just guaranteed money, and you can have brands actually pay you long term, right? And so here's just some more results of my results. This is $60,000 in commission that I made from a single product. And so that's the 4-step process, right? It's build your content foundation, go viral consistently, get your videos to convert, and scale beyond $10,000 per month, right? And so the next steps for you, if this is something that you truly see yourself doing long-term and something that you want to do, right? If you're ready to start or scale with TikTok Shop affiliate, and if you know you have the potential to actually work hard, you have the work ethic, and you want to make something more out of your life, right? If you want a mentor that's going to hold your hand, give you the blueprint, and give you one-on-one support so you're not stuck trying to figure this out for months and months on end, then you can book a call with me and my team below to see if you're actually a good fit to work with me personally, so I can hold your hand through this 4-step process so you can actually succeed with TikTok Shop affiliate and achieve your goals, right? So what you guys are going to want to do, if you guys actually want to succeed with TikTok Shop and you guys want all these things like I just listed, you guys can click that first link down below in the description, and that is going to be an application. So what you have to do, just click that link, fill out a little application. It's just a couple questions to see if you're someone that, I actually see myself being able to help get those results, and then it's going to actually opt you in to book a call. Then at the end of the application, you'll be able to find a good time that works for you, and that's where either me or my head coach will be able to jump on a call with you and see if my mentorship and my help is actually a good fit for you, right? I'm very hands-on with my students, and that's why I like to be very, very selective, right? Because I don't want to pour a ton of time into somebody that I know just isn't ready to work hard, doesn't really want to change their life, is just completely satisfied with their situation and doesn't actually want more, right? I want to work with people who want more for their life, who don't just want to go to college and just piss off, who don't just want to work a normal job and just piss off, because they know that that's not how they actually want to live their life. They know that it tears them up at night when they go to sleep. I want to work with someone who actually wants to make a change, And so if you feel like that's you and you see TikTok Shop Affiliate, like I've gone over in this video, actually being the future for you to hitting those $10,000 to $30,000 months and being able to buy your dream car, move out, take care of your family, take care of yourself, so finances never play a part in any decision that you ever want to make in life, you guys can, like I said, click that first link down below in the description, apply to work with me one-on-one, and then if you seem like a good fit, book a call, and then we'll go over if you really seem like a good fit on the call, and if it is, then we will get you in the mentorship and we'll start working with you one-to-one so I can actually help you start or scale a TikTok shop and get to those $10,000 to $30,000